doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
I was supposed to hit it there. Am I still muted? No. So yeah. Check. I don't know why my mic sounds low. What's up, Glenn? Hello, everybody.
Doesn't sound low to me.
I just turned it way up. That's probably why. Spreaker sucks. You can't check levels really. It's just like...
It's Spreaker. You just send your shit to us and we'll decide what your level is, okay?
Yeah, I guess. This is... my gain is up there, so I'm hoping I sound cool.
Yeah.
The last few times I've either been too hot and distorting or peaking or too low where you couldn't barely hear me. So at least it's working. Hopefully the internet will hold out and we'll be able to do a full show. Because I have Spectrum and they've been going in on and off for the last 2 days. So yeah, hello everybody. It is October, toward the end of October. Well, the last show we did a show last week on Saturday, not Tuesday, after a few weeks off from severe technical difficulties where I had to wipe everything out and start over. So hopefully this is a trend starting back on Tuesdays again for us. And yeah, we're right on time. Like I told you, it's 4-ish p.m. right now.
So it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, hey, I'm going to do something really just completely out of hand. And I'm going to actually remember to bring up the fucking show page while we're doing the show.
Oh, I should retweet it, huh?
Wow.
I don't worry anymore since my account is smaller than the People's Radio account. I used to have a bigger account than the People's Radio account, so it made sense to get it to more people. But since they took my account, I only have like a few hundred people now. Where is People's Radio?
It's there.
There it is. It's under People's City Council. And live podcast, retweet. There you go, people who are on my timeline and not People's Radio. I'm sure you all tuned in the second I hit the button. So, yeah. Lots of stuff going on. What?
There we go. Somebody's in the chat.
It's you, Glenn.
I'm somebody.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, today is the October 19th. So traditionally when we do shows around October 19th, we talk about Serena Shim a little bit because these governments of the world don't seem to give a damn that she was murdered. Getting information that is now common knowledge that back then they was like, no, Turkey doesn't work with ISIS. ISIS isn't going across the Turkish border in World Food Organization trucks. That's impossible. But now it's like, yeah, that's common knowledge. But she had that at the beginning, like when nobody knew what was going on. And she was murdered for it. On this day, 7 years ago?
Yeah, I believe so. 7 years now.
Yeah. Oh, man. And still nobody's been dealt with for that, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's the thing that we need to make sure everybody understands as the number of years continue to increase as we go on. 7 years. Turkey? Pfft, most of the people who were close to whatever happened got promoted. As far as what's happened at the border with the Kurds and the Turks and everybody else screwing around there, things have, like you said, not changed much, but it's just a lot more normalized now. Everybody knows it's going on. It's almost like the stories you hear about between Afghanistan and Pakistan. How it's just, it's a market, shall we say. It's still going on, but yeah, Serena was the first one on it, with proof, which had a high price.
3 U.S. presidents. We had Black Bush, we had Trump, and now we got old Trump. So, yeah. Black Bush was Obama, just so you know, because he was just a continuation of the Bush regime. And Trump came in, which was a super ultra fascist that made the other fascists look not so bad to most of the people. And now we got Trump Jr., who's just doing everything Trump does with nicer rhetoric, and everyone's like, "Go Biden, yeah!"
And he's got dogs too.
And the Republicans are like, "We hate Biden. He's doing what y'all would have done." I don't understand it. I don't understand how all these people flip flop.
But he's not doing it as a nice, like the Republicans don't do it as a nice person because they're incapable of that shit. They just can't pull it off. They can't be bothered. Fuck you. I'm in charge. They're just straightforward about it.
The Republicans, with them, the bigotry is like one of the main selling points. The racism, the bigotry, that's what the people are there for. And the screaming about religion all day.
But I mean,
the Democrats talk against it while they do the same thing. So it's just all stupid, man. At least the Republicans are honest about their evil.
Well, they just have different priorities. They're not going to bother bullshitting about that stuff. That's all. That's the only difference. But I mean, like you said, 3 presidents now. How many secretaries of state? And still, the U.S. government has basically said, sweet fuck all, about the death of an American citizen working as a journalist in a conflict zone.
And only,
in a NATO ally.
And only one Turkish president in all that time.
Yeah.
I think on Twitter today I called him that ISIS-loving motherfucking president. Because he does love him some ISIS, man. He loves, I don't know. But I think the U.S. being cool, they created ISIS, basically. They let all this stuff slide. And now they got the extremists here. Same fascism, just a different religion, different skin color. Instead of ISIS, they call them MAGAs. They keep the 4, letter thing going. It's the same. It's the same extremism, same fascism, just under different. I don't know, man. People just don't get it. They're just dumb. Our side good, their side bad.
Yeah, people like simple solutions, quote unquote. That's true.
I mean, I'm watching the cats that railed against ISIS, against extremism, Islamic extremism, and for years been railing. They still rail against gang culture, U.S. gang culture, but yet they mimic both of them. It just blows my mind. You tell me the Proud Boys aren't just mimicking a whole lot of things other gangs have been doing for years, but they're more political with it, and they're fascists and they're Nazis. But even old school Nazis would try to distinguish themselves from like black gangs and stuff. These cats are like right with it, but they talk bad about it. How do you do that? How do you say this culture is shit, but we're emulating it in our own white supremacist kind of way?
Because that's how compartmentalized and possible to revenue every little offshoot has become. Because this is it. With the ability with monsters like Facebook and Google, where you can have 6,000 data points on you as an individual, they got to do something with all this bullshit they generate. So they have to monetize it. They have to market it to help advertisers. They have to use it to try and get into your fucking head in as short a time as possible. That's really their goal, you know. Everybody talks about stuff like the Times Square billboards and stuff with the image burning into your head. You know, you see a head up on a screen that's 30 feet tall. You know, it's no accident they operate like this. And it's the same damn thing with data online. They generate all this stuff that's supposed to mean something, and they want to charge money for it. That's it.
Yeah. So good news is, off the subject, Colin Powell died yesterday. And every Democrat and every Republican were talking about what a great man this warmonger was. You killed 1 million people because 1 million people died because of you. What a hero. Yeah, fuck Colin Powell. One dude, I don't know who it was, he made a fake Colin Powell account for yesterday, and that was awesome. Because he just tweeted, "Oh God, it's so hot."
You know, the thing about that is now Colin Powell is now become part of the
mythology.
fake. Yeah, exactly. He's part of the mythology of America now. You know? Possibly the biggest lie ever delivered at the United Nations Security Council. Made by him.
Yeah. And it led to countless deaths. And we're talking in the hundreds of thousands and probably millions of people, man.
Yeah.
It's disgusting that they hail these people as heroes. And then you got the people like, he was the first black person in that position. What an honor. So he's the first black dude that mass murdered for America on that level. Yay! That's what people should aspire to be.
Yeah, we're in the big time now.
Yeah, you're just like the white ones.
Yep.
It's just so ridiculous, man, how they look at shit.
Yeah, I think Colin Powell played out his cards as skillfully as he could, and he knew when to escape the system. Because, you know, if he would have stuck around, if he would have wanted to try and become a Republican nominee for president, there would have been lots behind him to do that. But
did you see Trump's statement on that?
No.
Oh my God, it was the best. He calls him out for being a war criminal too. But it's just, after that, it's just all like selfish, like, I hope they treat me that good. And it's all, hang on, I'm going to find this.
Wow.
It's so funny, dude. It's so funny. Like, I thought it was The Onion or something when I first read it. Oh, I wish I could find this. Hang on, man. Ugh.
Well, that kind of.
I don't know how to work my Twitter. Oh, there we go. There's my face. It's classic. Here it is. Here it is. This is actually a real statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. Wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic rhino, if even that. Always being the first to attack other Republicans. He made plenty of mistakes. But anyway, may he rest in peace. That's an actual statement. It's not The Onion. It's not a joke. He put that out on his official presidential website. I did presidential in air quotes.
Well, the tone of it is exactly what I would expect. but it's the quality of it that surprises me. Like, that is surprisingly well written to come from his account.
Well, yeah, he probably just said a bunch of shit and then somebody typed and said, "Does that look good?" Yeah.
But that's just it. Who gets that control? I mean, that was like, not possible for the longest time. Like, you can't take the favorite rattle away from the big fucking baby. Like, no.
No, I think what happened on his Twitter account was other people would tweet things and then try to dumb it down to sound like him. And you could kind of tell sometimes. I just think that that was so funny to me, dude. Because I agree, Colin Powell's a piece of crap. He should have been where he's at a long time ago with Kissinger and joining Rumsfeld and Big Bush and Little Bush need to go. All these people, man. So yeah, this is just classic. The dude's a clown. He's a clown. He's a circus show. He's a sideshow. That's what they call it. So yeah, it's funny as long as he doesn't get back in power. The way the Democrats are doing right now, which is basically like, screw our constituents. We don't even care about you. We hope you all die and we'll give you nothing. There's going to be somebody really bad coming next. Whenever it is. If I can't see Biden winning another election.
Oh, yeah, but I mean...
Unless these people it's the party line thing too, though. You got people just vote to vote. Oh, it's my fascist. I vote for him. He has a blue tie. I'm not voting for the red fascist, just the blue one.
This is only 2021, man. There's a fucking infinity of things could happen before the next presidential election.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't know. The rate they're going, it just seems like it's getting worse and worse.
Oh yeah,
and it's been going that way. It's not just this party. It's both. The next party is going to keep getting worse and worse. They're just going to promise good shit, and the people are going to be like, "Yeah."
I'm not saying that somebody's going to have some epiphany, because that ain't going to happen. Because nobody's going to pay for that.
Well, I guess if a big enough tragedy happened.
Well, what I'm saying is, sometimes, sometimes shit happens and it changes things, and it wasn't meant to, but you got no choice because it happened. I mean, it's been a long, long time since there's been any unscheduled disappearance of certain people in the organization. We could use some dumb luck, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. So many things can happen, but I'm just saying at the rate now. Because, like, you know how it is. If there's some kind of tragedy, some disaster, giant terror attack or something, and Biden says the right words and waves the right flag, oh, vote for him again. But yeah, just the rate is going. It's not good. And it's not, and it's just the way people are. It's not that he's going to do anything. He's a do-nothing. He's a cop lover. Oh my God, dude. Right-wing radio today. They were talking about Hollywood run by communists. They don't even have the courage to say anything bad about communist China. They won't talk bad about communist China. You know why? Because they want to put their films in communist China to make money there. It just blew my mind. Like, wait, you just said they were communist. You said communist about 50 times in 2 sentences. And then you're saying they're trying to make money, and that's why they're not talking bad about communism, but they're communists. Sounds to me like they're capitalists trying to make money in a communist. It's just way out, man.
Well,
yeah, that dude said communist about so many times in such a short amount of words.
Well, I mean, it's just noise for the uninformed. It's all it is, man. I
You're
mean,
uninformed, Glenn. According to them, you're uninformed and I'm
yeah, well,
uninformed.
according to them, yeah. Well, big fucking deal.
Hey, we're led by nobody. They're led by Jesus. So I don't know, man. You better think twice before you say that.
No, I'm good. Don't worry about it. But I mean, yeah, they're going to take basically, if you want to throw in porn, they're going to take the entire video entertainment industry from California and they want to put it in China to make money? Like, what?
No, he wasn't even saying that. He was saying that when they make a movie, like in the 80s, Russia used to be the bad guy in all the movies. Now it should be China, but they're not doing that because they want to make money there. So they're not going to badmouth communist China. That's what he was saying. Well, calling
All
them
right.
communists.
Yeah, so the American communists don't want to piss off the Chinese communists because they want to make a shitload of money, and that's communist.
That's what's funny about it. I think I said it wrong, man. I'm not great at this.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm probably the
okay.
last person that should ever have said, I'm going to mimic these people and do a talk show.
No, but yeah, it's like everything else. There is no logic to this shit. It's just like the dog chasing its tail. And it's entertaining for longer than you would think. Fuck, ridiculous. But, like we're finding out every day now, it doesn't really matter anymore if your message makes any sense. It really doesn't matter. It's just how effectively can you present it. That seems to be what matters now.
Yeah.
Which is insane, but okay.
Yeah, these people are nuts, man. These people are nuts. Like, they will sit there and they will talk so bad about the other guy and the other people and the other politicians doing the same thing that they are. Look at Stacey Abrams, just Colin Powell. What a great man. That she's on YouTube begging for money and all this. She's just like a Pelosi. AOC is just like Pelosi. You know that song by DJ Quick, Just Like Compton?
Yeah.
Someone should make a song with all the Democrats and call it Just Like Pelosi. And AOC is just like Pelosi. Cori Bush, just like Pelosi. You know what I mean? Just run it all the way down. Every last one of them. Just like Pelosi. Because they are, man. They all scum. And they all say all this good shit and then do bad shit. Or we couldn't go against it. You know, how long is that going to last? They were out there when the eviction moratorium was about to get wiped out. You know what they did? They went out there with about a couple hundred people and danced. These are lawmakers. These are people that could be in there shutting shit down, talking to media, making big, huge, you know what I mean? Getting people behind them on some stuff. Like mobbing in there. Like, we got 10,000 people. We shutting this building down. Nobody's leaving. You know what I mean? No, they don't do that. They dance. Dance party time. You know why? Because they're not getting evicted. They got salaries no matter what. They about to go on vacation and get more money. What do they give a damn about? These people make way too much money in this country, Glenn. These cops make so much money. These politicians make way too much money for what they do. A politician should not make more than minimum wage in their area, their district, their state, their city, whatever it is. Or their country, some politicians. They should make the lowest that a person can make. So if you're going to make, say, minimum wage is 7 or 10 or 15, then that's what you're going to make. That's how it should work. Watch how fast everything would get better.
Well, that's just, completely impossible the way things are now. So there's a lot of starting over involved to even be able to see that.
Wipe it out. Wipe everything out. Clean slate. That's where I'm at. That's the only way you can fix anything, man. These cats is talking about, what are you going to replace police with? I don't care, but we got to destroy them first before you, even if it's going to be police, you got to destroy it and build something that works better if that's what it's got to be. But it can't be this. It can't be based on what this came from.
I understand that, and I agree with that to a large extent. But who would be the agency or the authority that would oversee this dismantling of the militant police forces? Who would be in charge of this?
I'll be in charge.
Because the only other time I can recall the United States doing something like this is when they went into Iraq. And they immediately fired the army. They fired everybody who belonged to a certain political party, which was like 85% of the fucking government. And that's how they demilitarized the situation. They just made everybody a fucking free agent. So, I mean, you know, even if the decision was made to deconstruct a police force in a big urban area in the U.S., who the fuck would run the show?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Now, you're looking at it now. You have to look at things like the only way something like that does work is if you have the people, like you get rid of or blind them or overpower the propaganda. You got to make it look like shit to be in the army or a cop. Like those are the word, you know what I mean? Those are scum of the earth. A lot of people already see them like that. But you got those flag wave, they're heroes. Oh, my freedom because they killed a million Iraqis. I'm free. Praise Jesus in the military. Yeah, no, we got to get that out of there. You can't have people thinking like that because it's not realistic. It's not true. It's not even based on, it's a fantasy. It's a myth, like we said a few minutes ago. People got to see it for what it is. These people are scum. They're blindly following orders. They're hurting people. They're brutalizing people. And the bad they do overshadows any good they might ever do. They don't solve any damn crime. They don't stop anything. They come afterwards and clean up the mess and file the reports.
Yeah.
You know? And the politicians on an even bigger scale, they're not doing what the people want. They're not even, none of this makes sense. One person, one vote. That's how it needs to work. No electoral colleges, and not even for people. Like if you want to know how we're going to rebuild that, then you take a vote. One person, one vote. Everybody will vote. No parties needed. Nothing. Just one person, one vote. Do you want to do this, or this? And narrow it down. It's pretty simple using the democratic, an actual democratic process. I couldn't get that out right. You know, then you get what the majority of the people want. And in this country, I guarantee the majority of the people don't want the fascist, racist. They don't even want what Biden's doing. Because the majority of the people don't, I mean, what is it? Like 40 to 60% of people here don't even vote. For what?
Yeah.
You can vote. You can have a majority of people vote for somebody and the other person still win if it's close enough in certain states because of the dang electoral college. Like, who? That's so stupid. The only thing that is like, well, we got to throw the racists a bone because, you know, the blatant racists, the other racists are going to win anyway because they're less extreme. People don't want extremists usually. There's small groups of extremists that want extremists.
No, this is a completely outdated, holdover part of the Constitution that it's time that it goes. It needs to go. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't have a purpose anymore. But it's being used to oppress tens of millions of Americans with the power of their vote. And it needs to fucking end. I mean, I've always said this. I've said it on this show before. I'm sure I have. The problem with the contest for President of the United States is it's 50 different elections that are added up on a stupid scoring system.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong. It's ridiculous. I just don't understand how it's allowed to continue.
Could you imagine if another country did something like that, what they would say here? Like the majority of people voted, and then they just gave it to the other guy.
Yep.
Because there's a few people that don't have enough of their people, so they get some kind of BS system where they can still, their votes matter more than anybody else's.
Yep.
They'd be like, how insane is that? But here it's okay. It's like, yeah.
And
Of course
that's
it's
what
the Electoral College.
it's what they tried to do in Venezuela. It didn't go over too well there either.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it great that you can destroy a whole country economically in every other way and then talk shit about, well, at least where you don't want to be like them, socialists to you or commies or whatever they are.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with religions too, man. That's one of the main factors right now. And the easiest way I think to do that is to say, look, we're monitoring y'all. You can talk about all the religion all day, but as soon as you step into politics, it's fine. You're more than welcome to be in politics and religion together. We're just going to tax you like every other thing.
That's ungodly.
And you know how fast they would stop talking about politics?
No, they would just mobilize to change it.
They were like
everything
Jesus
else.
wants you to prosper. And if you believe you can achieve, give me whatever you give me, you'll get back tenfold. And I need a private jet and a Rolls Royce. And all those people will come in for Jesus, just keep America out of it, you know? But it's always been like that, man. Since, they say the founders of this country, yeah, they didn't want this. A lot of them didn't want, they wanted the separation of church and state, but at the same time, there was a lot of wackadoo religious zealots. And those were the people who had slaves and everything else because that's how they justified slavery back then. Religion.
But I mean, that's open to interpretation too. I mean, this is the problem with all this founding father shit. It just depends on the source you go to, and they're different people, for Christ's sake. And the thing about this definition of separation of church and state, what a lot of people don't consider is that you have to remember they came from England. In England, the king or the queen is the head of the Anglican Church. So when they talk about separating church from state in that context, that's a little different than how it's sold to most people. Just, maybe consider that once in a while.
Yeah, I know, but still, you the general consensus is you can't preach politics from the pulpit and be tax exempt. It's all it's about. They can do what they want. They have the freedom of speech to say any wacky crap they want. Unfortunately, in some cases, but whatever. But what they don't have the freedom to do is not pay taxes while doing that. I mean, that's not a big deal. I don't know why they don't really jump in on this. The government should just be waiting. Like, what Trump is, okay, tax them. Wait, Biden, tax them. I don't care which side they on, tax them. If they're bringing up politics, like modern politics, promoting politicians and, you know what I mean, bashing other ones, tax
but what you're asking politicians to do is ban the biggest dark source of funding they have.
Exactly.
Wow. There you go. Good luck.
Oh man.
It has to be more an attack on, the way it's usually done. I mean, it's just like BDS. It's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Hit the people who have money in this. That's where the power is.
And then they start calling you all kinds of names, right?
Yeah, whatever. Fuck.
You're against Christianity, you're anti-Semitic, you're whatever, because you don't want people to be oppressed. You don't want our religion to be the oppressors. Or any religion. Or any group or any government. Yeah, it's stupid, man. So anyway, enough of this, I think. Did you see the rooftop Korean 7 and Chad Loader online? Chad Loader got kicked offline, but now he's back. I'm happy he's back.
Yeah, I did. I was almost in real time. I saw it happen. By the time Chad got his account taken down, I was already following it. It's just so ridiculous. The entire situation, the cause, the effect, the aftermath, the reality, it's all bizarre. It's just ridiculous, all of it.
He's like that Trump cop that was like, y'all so bad, you talk about every day I'm out there on the street, y'all saying, take off your badge and gun and see what happened. And he's like, well, I'll take it off. I'll take anybody in the ring. And then all these people, like some of them were pro MMA people, started hitting him up. He blocked his account, shut it down. It's like, no. Now this roof Korean dude, the toughest guy in the world with his water bottle beating up women, he bowed down. See, he wanted him to beat him up in the parking lot so he can get the police to arrest him or something. It was like a setup he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to get beat up. He just needed to run the cops in a court parking lot. That's where he wanted to, quote unquote, fight Chad Loader.
That's a bad
Chad Loader was like,
man.
for the people who don't know, Chad Loader was like, no, let's get with this group and put us in a ring and do it the right way and gloves and you know what I mean? And then dude started backpedaling real quick, just like that cop. And now I think his account's down for a while. The reason I think they're just down for a while, like I knew Chad Loader's account was coming back. Like I know this jackass Nazi's account coming back because when they took my account, you can't even look it up and see. It doesn't say suspended. It was just gone. Like this account doesn't exist. But theirs say suspended. And they used to do that to me when I was just banned for a couple of days here or there, a couple of hours or whatever it was, a week, you know. So yeah, Chad Loader's back. That's good. The Asian Nazi will be back. I don't know when. I'm assuming by the looks of the account. How the fuck are you an Asian Nazi?
Because there's money in it, man.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dude, I seen this, you know the YouTube recommendations that pop up? Like just random things? One of them was the death of a Nazi. I knew the Nazi. I hated that fool. But yeah, his kid killed him. So it was just, I don't know why that popped up. It just popped up on YouTube. So I said, oh, look. I turned it off real quick because it was like, he was a father, a devoted, loving father.
Oh, yeah.
A well-respected member of the community. And he was a neo-Nazi. Like, they said all this great stuff about the guy. And then just, oh, yeah, and then they went on to show his family talking about, yeah, it's just normal. That's just his group. It was still loving there, and no one was better of father. There's nothing but good crap about the dead Nazi, man. And this was 10 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago that this came out after the fact. This dude threatened my life and put me on one of the Stormfront or whatever. A picture of me. Talking about they're going to kill me years and years ago, man. They talking about what a great member of the community he is.
Were there German subtitles?
No, man, all these were in Riverside. And then I saw all these little punk ass Nazis we beat up in the video at the little parties and stuff. I was like, oh man, if I see him again, crack him in the head. But yeah, when he died, it kind of broke up the little thing they had going on there, which was good because they used to brutalize people. This is what Jeff Hall would do. The loving father, great member of the community, would go to Home Depot with bats and sticks and knives and beat up people just looking for work because they were Latino or Central American or whatever, trying to get work. They were immigrants. And then other people go over there and put a stop to it. But yeah, that's the thing. They were doing, and then you got Young Turks on there. We like to have civil debates with Nazis and fascists because we believe in the end we'll expose them for how silly and stupid they really are. No, you're just giving them a bigger audience. Well, their audience is actually bigger than ours. How are you going to boast you're the biggest show online and then be like, they actually have a way bigger audience than me? See, when it's something they were trying to look big, it's the Young Turks. When they're trying to be all like, this is my account. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What scum, dude. And they've been doing that forever. They've always given Nazis a voice on there. And then we're just showing how terrible they are.
Yeah, because there's no other way to find out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's the one that I always throw down first. Well, we just wanted to make sure that, their position was clear. And it's like, yeah, well, obviously, if you wouldn't put it on, obviously nobody else will, right? Fuck
I'm just
off.
going to say this. If you can sit in a room and make money and clout and whatever else by calmly debating a fascist in a polite manner without trying to stomp the motherfucker out, you're the problem. You're a sympathizer. That's just the way it is. You're willing to profit off it.
Yep.
And that's the American way. Remember what we just said before the show? For real.
Yes, it is.
We said somebody on Twitter, I remember what it was. I'm sorry, but it was an awesome statement that said the United States never had a Nazi scare. It never was bad. It never treated Nazis badly. In fact, it harbored some of them and took care of them. But the communists that wiped out the Nazis, that's what it's communist scare, the Red Scare, all that stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they never been harsh toward Nazis in this country because Hitler was inspired by this country and he said so. But yeah, these media outlets from CBS to Young Turks to all of them, man. All of these jackass. I mean, you expect the right wing one to do it, right? But the real left wing, quote unquote, for the people, man. How you give a Nazi a voice? How do you even have them on there? You could be Nazi said this, denounce the Nazi. You know what I mean? But yeah, have them on there. We're gonna debate them. They don't realize that just like all your people are going to say you won, all the Nazis people are going to say they won. That's how debates work. You're not going to have a whole bunch of Nazis be like, oh my God, the Young Turks are right. Why didn't I think of that argument sooner?
Well, there you go. I mean, when you look at it from that likely outcome, and it has to be the likely forecasted outcome, then you have to think, so what is this being done for? And it's being done for revenue. That's it. There's nothing left. There's no point. There's no conversion. It's merely for revenue. That's it. That's all there is.
That's it, yeah.
And I mean, the question is with an organization like the Young Turks, your choices are two. One, that they are just complete narcissist sellouts, or two, they're just talking heads. They do what they're told. Those are your two choices. Neither one's any fucking good.
Yeah, I think they don't answer to The dude does what he wants. He got $20 million. What happened to that? He's begging for
It's
money
just
still.
a sniff. Yeah, it's just a sniff, man.
And he won't let his people unionize. It's like they don't need to. It's a small business.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a scum.
But again, I mean, all this is findable information, public domain. How many people bother to look into this dick? And they just buy what he sells.
I think Katzenberg gave him the $20 million, if I'm correct. It was a while back. But or some deal with one of Katzenberg's affiliates or something. But I mean, Katzenberg's having secret meetings with Los Angeles politicians. How does he get that? It's funny that the politicians will always have time to meet with billionaires and millionaires, famous people, but their constituents, the average person, we don't have any time for you. Who are you? One of them actually said, you need to learn how to lobby. So we got to come with money if we want to talk to you. Get the fuck out of here.
Lobby what?
No,
Like
he was like, she was talking. This is a couple of years back.
Yeah, I know,
She
but
was
I'm
talking to some
saying,
woman, and she was like, if you want to talk to me, you really need to learn how to lobby.
yeah, lobby a grenade. How's that?
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I mean, and that's just it, though. Like you said, why do politicians always have time for the rich? Because
we know why.
They're agreeing that the time from these rich people is so valuable. That's why. That's the whole concept.
Yeah.
Right there. Which, why? It's not like they got fuck all else to do if they got all this money.
Honestly, it's so they can say, I've spent more time with minorities than any other politician in history. Because there's no minority group bigger than the billionaires, or smaller than the billionaires, I mean. There's like 3,800 of them on Earth. And that's the one minority group that I believe needs to be eradicated. There should be no billionaires anywhere. It should be like after you get to a certain amount of money, the people get it. How about your workers get it?
Well, I mean, that's just it. And it's not like it's impossible to do it the other way, because it's not. Like, just look at Dan Price in Seattle. Like, it can be done. Like, how many corporations are still experiencing growth and expansion? They're not going nuts because they're smarter than that. But the starting salary, any job in this company, is $70,000. It can be done.
Yeah.
And he ain't going broke. That's just it. Nobody's going broke. Imagine that. Imagine that.
It's just look at Jeff Bezos. He's not going broke. He could give those people a whole lot more money and he still wouldn't go broke. He can give up most of his money and he still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can give up billions of dollars and still wouldn't be broke. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Billions, I say, would it be? He's pimping those people, robbing them blind, putting them through hell, giving them slave wages. He's part of the problem. He's a huge part of the problem. But I employ people. No. Fuck outer space. Pay your people. Stupid, man.
And it's not that it's impossible to experiment in different ways. As far as you want to talk about worker satisfaction, worker retention, worker health, worker focus. They're not worrying about losing the place they live while you fucking whip them in the back.
Wait. Some workers have kids, right?
Apparently, yes.
So worker health doesn't matter. We can replace them when they die.
You know, I mean, just imagine, like, this is well within what could be done by this guy. What if, say, one Amazon supercenter, which employs what, let's say 2,000 people on all shifts? Does that sound reasonable?
At least, probably, yeah.
Okay, well, let's say 3,000 people then, for everybody who works there. Okay. So, what if every person who works at this one center got, say, $500,000? No strings, because that's really no big money to Amazon. It's fuck all. And just see what happens. And just do it there. And tell people you're going to do it there. So right away, these people are going to feel special. And give them some money and see if there's an improvement. See if they can actually build real loyalty. Are they paying for it? Yeah, but don't forget, if everybody working there gets $500,000 at the end of the year to do with as they wish, if Amazon turns around and makes them piss in bottles again, they ain't going to stay silent.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. You're going to give them all the money, but you got to give them breaks, and you got to give them reasonable. You can't, no one wants that stress.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
No.
And what might happen is, I would say, if you're giving them these crappy work conditions and you give a certain group all this money, they're going to wait as long as they can to get the money and bounce, because screw that. You have to treat them better, too. You can give them less than that, man. You can give them a cop salary and treat them better. You know, you have more days off. You have more sick time, more better medical benefits. You have breaks. You have to use the restroom, you go use the restroom. You know what I mean?
Well, that's exactly why I said, a decent amount, like $500,000 for sure. Because if it really sucks and it doesn't improve in a hurry, leave. It's the ultimate test.
Yeah.
If Amazon wants to put any money where their mouth seems to be from corporate communications. Because that's, what would that cost? $15 million? Even if it's
to a trillionaire, it doesn't matter.
Even if it's $150 million, who cares? Like, you telling me Amazon doesn't run data campaigns where they spend $150 million in a year? Oh, fuck, sure they do. Easy.
They can just easily, like you said, pay their people $70,000 to $100,000 a year.
Yeah, they could.
All of them. And
Yep.
Jeff Bezos would only be a billionaire, not a trillionaire.
Well,
Sucks to be him, right?
That's just it. This is what nobody wants to address. If people like Bezos and Musk and whoever else, and Fuckerface, if they just suddenly stopped earning money, they'd still have way more than enough money forever. Because it's money, Money's going to make money. Yeah.
Forever.
Yep. Like the Waltons.
Exactly. It's ridiculous, man. These it's just greed. That's what it is. Greed. It's sheer fucking greed. And I want to be more powerful. I want to be in a minority group of 3,000 people.
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole different mindset. That's a whole way of thinking about existing.
Or if we all can agree that billionaires are minorities, then let's treat all minorities the same. So what that means is everyone can go speak with their politicians directly whenever they want. The police will treat us with respect and dignity wherever we go. We can just go over and talk to the chief if we want, and the sheriff and all that. Because we're all treated equally, right? That's how it works. Because they ain't going to treat billionaires bad like they treat the rest of everybody else. So it's got to work in the people's favor finally. Just treat all minority groups the same.
I don't see that happening, actually.
Man, none of my plans are working out today. I thought I was going to get on the radio today. I thought I was on fire. I was I'm going to make a few suggestions, and by tomorrow morning, it'll all be in effect. We'll have a better world. But there you go. Stealing my thunder, Glenn. Pulling the rug up from under me.
Well, I don't know if you can pass the buck that big, but yeah, I did bring it up, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you're just being a naysayer.
Yes, that I am.
I plan to go to sleep and wake up and I live in a better world because of this show.
Okay, you had me till you really started stretching it out there.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Wow. A UFO research project just followed me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm about to hit them up because sometimes I stare at lights a long time and I see spots in the sky when I look around. I wonder what those things are because they're definitely unidentified.
They might get a research grant out of that.
Yeah. I think it's aliens that only I can see, but I have to stare in the bright light first. You know, the cop flashlights make you see those aliens after they hit you in the eye so long. Or I'm sorry, not aliens. We're not jumping to conclusions, but the unidentified flying objects.
Yeah, they're just unknown.
Unknown. Yeah.
That makes me think of Rumsfeld.
I know who he is, so he's not unknown, unfortunately.
No, but his famous speech about the unknown knowns.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, that was killer shit. Wow. Ah, it's the old days.
I'm glad he's gone. Powell's with him now. Sorry, I should have muted. Oh, shit.
Oh, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Just after, it was too late, kind of, but I got it. It's good. Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, this is Kim number 4 diamonds. Wow. Yeah, you know what happened with today's show? Why it's so less organized than usual? Because we had to rethink it like last minute. We're going to talk about something, but we're going to talk about this another time. So we had to just kind of say, what do you say, Glenn? Let's wing it today or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is like for the people who have never been here before, most of our shows are produced much more professionally than this. No, it is because, like I said, I usually take 30 or 40 seconds and we put some topics together, and we go through them. But today we didn't do that. I don't think we spent 10 seconds figuring the Today Show out, so we'll do better. We'll go back to our expected level of professionalism that most people have learned to expect from us.
It's a pretty big 30 seconds there, man.
Yeah, I'm really stoned. So yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else, Glenn? Because I'm just apologizing for the show now at this point. Like, we have to get around this.
No, I don't know. I mean, there's not much that's really changed a whole lot. I mean,
Oh, In and Out. Did we talk about that on the air? No, we talked about that before the show.
yeah.
So trip on this. Crappy ass In and Out. They refuse to enforce COVID mandates. Our employees are not the COVID police. We refuse to become vaccination police and segregate customers. Asking for document. We're not going to ask for documentation. Do you hear the wording they're using?
Yep.
In and Out sucks. I know a lot of people line up to go there. I don't know why. The shit is nasty. Fatburger's better. A lot of places are better. And you don't have to wait in an hour line. And you don't have to have Bible verses on your wrappers and cups. That should be a red flag, right? Red flags are big. Having Bible verses on your food cups and stuff is a red flag to me. So yeah, these people are just extremists.
They must hang out with Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, they're that kind of a company, I think.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
like, man. Wow.
Yep. American ISIS. That's with 3 Ks.
Has that been trademarked?
I don't know.
Somebody
So-
should squat on it.
So then I'm gonna open up my t-shirt store in like a week. My designs are awesome, and Glenn brought up some kind of copyright, something. I don't care about that. They're awesome.
Yeah, they look cool.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna buy them, and I'll make $7. You just wait and see.
It's like idea, manufacture, step 3 is a question marks, and 4, profit.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the cool thing is, I have to pay money to get the store site, I think, every month after my first free trial month. So that's why I'm stalling on the store. Because, like, I have to sell 2 shirts a month to cover the store.
Oh.
Or else the money comes out of my pocket, not profits. You see? It doesn't make sense just to pay to have a store that nobody buys anything from.
I see.
Yeah, so that's why I'm stalling out. See, I let everybody in on the biggest secret everybody's been wondering about lately.
Yeah.
Oh, what a show. This is great. Yeah, I don't know, Glenn. I think we're running out of topics. I'm looking through Twitter, trying to see if there's anything else trending we can. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, there's a lot of
No.
stuff about celebrities. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, ain't been much change with the pandemic where I am. Still ridiculously high. Yeah, it's starting to come down, but, you know.
We have people going to schools and harassing children and following them home and screaming at them and scaring them and going to hospitals, and it's really weird, man. These anti-vaxxer wackadoos.
Yeah, well, that was hot here for a little bit, and then we had a federal election, and then poof, it all disappeared. What a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like there's no dangerous virus anymore because Biden doesn't give a damn. He just wants to look good. So I mean, it's just stupid, dude. It's so stupid. No more stimuluses. No more unemployment for people. No more extra benefits, whatever they were giving people. They cut it all off. They're trying to force people to go back to work for crap wages. People don't want to work for crap wages anymore.
And because they know it ain't safe out there yet.
I mean, isn't capitalism supposed to be the market will decide?
Yeah, but it's their market.
Yeah, I mean, how are they bailing out stuff and fighting to protect this business? That's not the free market deciding. That's the government and corporations deciding, or politicians who are paid off by rich people deciding. It's really stupid, man. If these businesses can't hang and they can't pay their people, I don't care. You have two options. You can say, hey, nobody can have a small business because you can't afford it. Or you can say, hey, let's break up all these big business monopolies like Walmart and all that and Amazon and let more people have a chance. But no, they're just going to blame the workers. How dare you not want to work for nothing? How dare you not want to work and stay homeless? How dare you not want to work and get no health care? Yep. What's wrong with you? How dare you not want to make that billionaire more billions while you live in squalor? And it's stupid. There used to be laws against monopolies. Now they just be like, take it, just pay it off, just pay for it.
Or get somebody else to pay for it.
Yeah, however.
Yeah,
just make it a division of your division of this division of this. There's ways around loopholes. It's stupid, man. Nancy Pelosi's the biggest idiot. She's going to bring down the rich and make them accountable by checking everybody's account after it's got more than $600 deposited. I think it used to be 10,000 or something. Now it's going to be 600. So now everybody's got to keep their money out of banks. Hustle hard, keep it out the banks.
I don't see any way that that's enforceable, really.
They're not going to enforce it like that. They're going to use it against people they don't like.
Still, even so, I don't see how that's...
It's going to make it easier. Say somebody making some side money and then start making a lot and put it in. They're going to, you know what I mean? It just makes it harder for people to make a little extra money, maybe, if they don't like that person. That's the way I see it.
They should get a warrant.
Yeah, that's what they used to have to do, right?
Yeah, that should not change. No way that should change.
I put a tweet out on Twitter. It said, Democrats, how does it feel knowing that Trump's was way bigger than Biden's? And then I said, get your minds out the gutter. I was talking about a stimulus.
Yeah, and both helped the wrong people.
Yeah. But Biden wants it both. Well, he wants to scream there's no virus. I mean, that it's all okay and everything could open up. But then you'll have to be safe and this and that, but no more money and no more this or that. It's stupid, man. He's doing Trump's immigration crap without the wall. If Trump shut up about the wall, he'd be Biden.
But as far as COVID goes, it's just amazing how different parts of the U.S. are doing things. It's hilarious that it's even the same fucking country. But it is.
You guys have pockets of wackadoos too, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I live in one. But, there's nowhere in Canada that is conformed, I guess, is a word to use, like most of New York City. And, that's over 10 million people. And there's very few cases of anybody not fucking going along with things. Every place is open because everybody is checking for vaccination. And, the overwhelming majority of people who can be vaccinated are. So as long as they have confidence that everybody around them has been double vaccinated, they're quite willing to spend their money. And that's what's going to make a difference. I don't see any other way to do it, because it's not just about getting the economy going again. It's about doing it safely. And this will do it. Even if it was only 20%, it would still be safe if they followed the rules. But it's not 20. It's, over 70 now. Then you have places like Florida and Texas where they're trying to make laws to prevent people from being safe. So, yeah.
All I see is Florida, Texas. What's the other? Oh man, Nevada, not Nevada. Arizona. I see those plates all the time. Here in California, it's like, why are these people here? I thought that, for real, according to them, that everyone's leaving California to go there. And I keep seeing their stupid license plates all over. Texas and Florida, man, those are scary license plates to see. Those people are, you know what kind of people they are. Traditionally.
Yeah. I'd like to know what the hell they're doing there now.
I don't know. But yeah, there's people from all over the place coming here. A lot of people come out here to rob people and go back. That's a common thing been going on lately, I noticed.
Road trip.
Yeah. Just make a lot of robberies and then head on back. Now you got money, weed, guns, whatever you rob people for. Goods.
Yeah, goods. Products.
Electronics. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know, man.
No, I mean, like I said, there's nothing that really stands out as far as I'm concerned. Things just continue to suck at a certain level, and that's that.
Yeah. I'm going to get back out to Hollywood. I'm not sure tonight or tomorrow. It's been almost a week since I've been out there, I think. Just been working too much. I haven't had the time to get out there. And then I was going to go, and I was just like, oh, I bashed my head. That's what happened. I slipped in the bathroom and bashed my head like a week ago, and that put me out of commission for a few days. My neck was hurting up until like a day or two ago. Now I just have a little lump and bruise on the back of my head left. But yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, I'm heading back out there, just for anybody that was wondering who might happen upon this broadcast. It's really broad because so many people listen.
Like the Pope.
Yeah.
Like the
Bad
Pope.
people listen like the Pope, and good people listen like everyone else.
There we go.
So yeah, you want to wrap it up, or you have another topic?
No, I got nothing, man.
Me neither. This was a well-prepared show after all.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do better next time. We like I said earlier, for anyone who maybe didn't hear it, we had a topic we are going to talk about, and we were like, you know what? Let's talk about that another time. So here we are.
There we were.
There we were. We're out, I guess. So yeah. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you to everyone else. You got anything else you want to say, Glenn, before we go?
No, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, we're out. I'm going to hit the stop button now.